I am reading excerpts, actually reading the texts from my son Micah Philip Anderson, who died on June 22nd of 2022. And I'm a little hesitant in doing this. Maybe I won't upload this because these are private texts. But I do it in the hopes that, for one thing, that they're saved, and also that they could be beneficial to others who themselves are dealing with or have loved ones who are dealing with alcoholism and also the demonic. So this text was from January 16th of 2022. Hi Mom, I was having a manic episode this last week. It peaked last night. If you could take me to a doctor when I come back to get me the right medicines, I would really appreciate it. There is no question in my mind that I am not bipolar. I can't keep pretending and self-medicating anymore. I just can't. I want to be healthy. My wife's response: a doctor will not prescribe medication if you're an alcoholic. That needs to be taken care of first. Just a reminder, you stopped being on our insurance when you hit age 26. Absolute answer for you is Jesus. The same for me and everyone. Then, a little later, I have a chemical imbalance in my brain. It's real. The doctor did tell me he thinks I'm bipolar when I was young. I've always known it. And there's actual drugs that can be bought that cure alcoholism if bought. Might not be a bad idea. I will never have a child because if I pass on this hell to someone I love, I could never forgive myself. My wife's response: if you are referring to when you were under 18 and I took you, the doctor never said that. There are natural paths to take as well. And Micah: it was with just me and him talking when they asked sex questions and stuff. Bad genetics are a real thing. I seriously need chemical treatment or I won't live long or happy or be able to function in any normal sense. My wife's response: Grandpa was never cured till he relied on Jesus. He was only a few hours from dying. But once he relied on Jesus, he never left his side. God wants to do the same for you. The grandpa there is Grandpa Minard, who was an alcoholic, who the last 15 years of his life he lived sober and wonderfully. Micah: if I get my chemicals in check first, I won't be crazy enough to drink. This goes in cycles. I feel so effing high when mania strikes me. Climb buildings and get into fights and spend all my money and tell everyone I love them. I get so low it's hard as hell to get out of bed and can barely count to 10. It happens cyclically. Jesus is great, but if someone has a hand chopped off, I'm going to use a bandage first. I have a real physical illness. I have a real physical illness, not just spiritual. My wife: take care of both. The spiritual can start to be taken care of right now. Call out to God. The physical, when you take yourself to a doctor. Micah: quit acting like I don't. When mania hits, I think me and God are on the same level. Of course, I'll talk to him then. I need help so bad. I need a doctor and therapy and, of course, spirituality too. I really need this, but I'm so damn weak. I need your help too. I go insane. You see mental people all the time walking around talking to God. It's called being a crazy person. I'm getting scared I will turn into... Let's see here. I'm scared I will turn into that mentally broken, homeless person walking around talking to God, that one day I'll go mental and never recover. I'm at my wit's end. It's hard to get stable when you have no wits about to do it. I have a chemical imbalance in me. I have bipolar. I want to die, it's so hard. I need real help. When someone is starving, you don't tell them to pray, you give them food. I know it's not fair to cry to you like this. I'm so sorry. My wife: I am not a doctor, so I can't offer you medicine. Just like the lame beggar looking to one of Jesus' disciples for help. The disciple told him, quote, "Silver and gold I don't have, but what I do have I give to you. Rise in the name of Jesus." End quote. My love and hope and faith in Jesus is all I have to offer. Call out to Jesus. He has healed many. Micah: Thank you. I'm trying. And, Micah: Still, I don't know if Jesus is going to heal a lifelong illness. If you could check up on me without talking like that, I'd really appreciate it. The mania and feeling amazing is over. The period of not sleeping is done. I can remember a handful of times of having psychosis without any drug. The constant sleep and depression is here. I was strong enough to be sober for plenty of times, and these things still happened. I could never consciously have a child at the risk of passing this disease on. It's total crazy hell. I just feel bad for Grandma. I know I'm a drunk that's gotten worse, but even the hard drinking is in waves. I've quit running from reality because it's hit me in the face way too many times now. Scared I won't have strength to do this. Let's see that. I'm reading copies of texts, so I have to keep scrolling and trying to pick up where it left off. So let's see. It's crazy. It's total crazy hell. Okay. I know I'm a drunk that's gotten worse, but even the hard drinking is in waves. I've quit running from reality because it hit me in the face way too many times now. Scared I won't have strength to do this anymore, but at least I do understand myself now. I've been scared to have a phone or even talk to anyone. I'll leave the doctor's name out, but a doctor that he had when he was a child that he's talking about, the conversation the doctor had with him. So I'll just say, when the doctor told me he thought I might be bipolar, I never wanted to see the doctor again and hated him and said things ignorant people say about doctors. I hope you can try to at least understand me. It's not evil, it's just mental. I'm sober, by the way, at least in the sense you have, in the sense Grandma was sober. I can picture myself now laying in bed, just waiting for death. Just hoping, wanting someone else to understand and care. Oh wait, I've already done that majority of life. This roller coaster of a life is getting so old. Knowing the truth and not being so damn confused about it does help to make better informed decisions. Saying I need God and mental illness makes me a bad person is so ignorant and only makes everyone worse. My wife's reply, Dad and I care, Micah. You know we do. There is nothing I can do for you medically. If you think it is medical, go to a doctor. I don't say you're a bad person. If you think needing God is the same as saying a person is bad, well, I guess I'm bad because I need God. Like I said before, I can only offer the help I know. You don't want that kind of help. Micah, please do some research and understand. It would help Dad understand Grandma too, and not be so hurt. You know, I don't want to hurt anyone. It's why I give up my phone and won't talk to anyone. Being this much of a burden to anyone I care about is awful. Makes me feel so guilty. Saying it's a spiritual problem hurts people when it's something different. It's obvious I need to go to a doctor, and if not medications, at least a psychologist or therapist, someone who is adept and knowledgeable in this thing and can help. It's a huge goal of mine to get the finances for this and do it, like a life or death goal. If I get back on my feet, work hard and save up for the doctor, I'd have weekly or bi-weekly sessions and maybe some medications, and then like be able to go to school or work on time and get like normal and one day a career about something I want. I can only do this if I stay grounded in reality. And yes, the only thing besides maybe English I felt passionate about was psychology for a career. It's 'cause I knew my brain was real effed and I want to fix it. I got a lot of terrible advice and gave up. My wife, we all need goals. That's what I admire so much about Grandpa, 92, and he's always thinking about what he needs to do with his life. Very inspirational. Micah, for the first time I really get what I need to do to help myself and others. This is what I'm supposed to do. Please do some research and understand. For the first time, I really get what I need to do to help myself and others. This is what I'm supposed to do. My wife, just an FYI, that doctor was not qualified to give that diagnosis. He was very limited in what he could do. That is why we left him. So did your aunt and uncle, and they were friends with him and his wife. Love you, Micah. I know you will come through this. And Micah, it doesn't matter. He was right. I have done all the symptoms over and over, even while sober. Saying I'm wrong is kind of encouraging, since I know it's true. Keep it up. My wife, good thing you're hundreds of miles away, or you would be feeling me smack you upside your noggin. She blows a kiss. And Micah, that arrogant douchebag was right. No way in hell I'd be his friend, though. And my wife, Dad and I didn't like him either. Gotta love you, and you gotta love me. Gotta take care of your dad now. He's such a big baby when he's sick. Gotta love him too. Big smiley face. I believe that's when, yeah, that's when I had COVID. Alright. And Micah, LOL, me too. Mentally, anyway. That doctor said that's what he thought, but would have to recommend me to a psychiatrist. I was too scared of the labels and just wanted to feel normal, not thinking about killing myself. Gets so hard at times. I keep going to jail or worse. Aaron had to get me released from the psych ward. That was in Jackson, Michigan. Please, when I get better now, I'm thinking more honest. Please try to motivate me to get professional help. I've thought about suicide for as long as I can remember. Don't just throw a Bible at me. When I get like this and I hear noises, I hear them all talking and laughing at me, even though it's not real. This has happened for a long time. I remember lucidly one time the dissociation with reality and texted the exact eerie feeling to Miles, that's his friend who killed himself, about staring at a chair. He said it was so cool and wished more people would talk that way. Most people don't experience it. He obviously did. I love you. Good night. OMG, sorry. I need to get my shit together extremely soon or I'm screwed. I have no job, only a photocopy of ID, and found out to get my license back I have to pay Montana $530 to unsuspend it, because before was saying yes to a breathalyzer test. I said no. I swear I'm going to be responsible if I make it through this. A bit questionable. And never am I drinking again. I've been so... irresponsible. I was totally sober an entire month, and I didn't figure this out till now. 5 exclamation marks. God, I'm a total moron. Like I'm actually bipolar, an alcoholic, and mentally retarded too. Who even knows what else? And my wife. There's a FedEx Walgreens in Billings, Montana. I can send you birth certificate there for you to pick up if you want. Possibly a couple other places too. Micah, no, a birth certificate without any other ID means nothing. I have the photocopy of social and license. Should be okay with some employers. Just in case, can you send me a picture of the birth? This just means I'm stuck in Billings, learning to be responsible, to back all my warrants and suspended license and fees. Screw the hospital ambulance bills for another few years. I can't believe I made myself a jail. Gotta do some time. Maybe in a year I can get a shitty car and get out of Dodge. Dee Dee, always good to own up to it. On the right track. Micah, thank you. If I can make it happen for 1 year, I'm definitely leaving this country for a bit. My wife, as the saying goes, 1 day at a time. That's pretty much my max. Micah, yeah, I've spent my whole adult life living that way, LOL. Sometimes not even that far. My wife, yep, I get it. Love you, Micah. I had to take an hour off work to take Dad to work and pick him up, so it's back to the grind. That's because I had COVID, I was getting over it, but yet I still couldn't drive. KK, have a good day. Hey, what's Nathaniel's phone number? My wife gave it to him. Is he Rome time? Dee Dee, nope, he lives in Maryland now. Time is 3:41. Thinking about you. Did you hear from that job you're waiting on? Micah, no, I called yesterday and he said he's still got to go over with his assistant manager. It doesn't matter if I have the skills to run a nice kitchen when I've been fired from every job since 22, or going out of my mind drunk. My wife, you'll get the right job. Micah, well, time is money at this point. I can't handle going homeless again. God, it works out. It's workout. ... question mark. Only this time with no form of ID except a photocopy. A Burger King wouldn't take that. My wife, praying for you, Micah. If only imagination was reality, that would be great. My wife, God is real. Micah, think I'll just turn into a bird and fly to Florida now. Later. My wife, ha ha ha. Gotta love ya. Micah, May, I'm M-E-H. I'm just justifiably angry at myself. There's a Raymond place and said he'd hire me a few days ago. Definitely not the right job, but a job. I'll ask if he'll do it tomorrow. It will be boring as hell and absolutely no challenge or future. I'm gonna hate it. God willing, of course. Well, you're right. Everything is fine. I start work today. Still gonna go the Raymond place next week and work part-time, except to meet the qualifications of mediocrity within a year. Yeah, that's great, Micah. And then my wife sent him a picture of a groundhog saying Happy Groundhog's Day. And Dee Dee says, Dad and I are thinking of you. Hoping your job is going well. Love you, Micah. Micah, LOL, Dad has to get the guitar out and play the groundhog song for the kiddos. Has to. Cap locks. My wife, LOL, Uncle Dave would be proud. Happy birthday. Love you. Like I said, sent that on March 3rd. Dee Dee's birthday. His mom. Thanks, Micah. I love you too. Off to a birthday dinner. Micah. Did the ID come yet? Yep, came today. I was going to call you tomorrow since you said that is typically your day off. Just need an address or P.O. box to send both driver's license and birth certificate to. Let me know. Love you. You must be working. I tried calling you. I'm off to bed now. So that's the end of the texts from Micah. The last text that we had. Before that, my wife had a different phone service, so we don't have that. I guess I'll end this here.